Filmanalyst review! Please excuse the lack of intellectual depth in this review. Baby Driver broke the Filmanalyst analyst machine, and now he only can see his awesome shit and bright lights. Baby Driver, directed by Edgar Wright. Baby Driver is a movie like Star Wars, Titanic, or any other film that you saw where the overall awesomeness of the film overrides any idea of what you think a good movie could be, and those who don't like Titanic and Star Wars keep it up, other opinions fuel the conversation, and plug in any movie that made you feel like you could fly but you couldn't ever really figure why. Baby Driver is the real deal, the type of blown-out, beautiful action movie that pumps you up so much because it takes the time not to do so. What I mean by this is the fact that the first act of Baby Driver isn't really a first act. It's a first and a second act. The status quo stays the same so long that you don't realize that the film is just sizzling in the pan. It might not be deep, but it effortlessly creates an entertaining status quo which puts up a facade enough so that the movie can shift from being a good movie to a great movie. There is such a thing as an effortless movie, a movie that works its paces so well that you start to notice the facade behind all of it. Baby Driver feels like that until it's not. I haven't seen too many movies that have the gall to act like they're a fun PG-13 romp just to get the audience into a comfortable cruising mode and then gun the accelerator into something totally new. There's no real way to describe what it feels like whenever this movie really starts to take off, but when it does, Baby Driver becomes one of the best action movies of all time. Its seamless mixture of painful sadness, adrenaline-fueled awesomeness, and the always helpful tool of earnestness, this bleeding all over the movie, makes this movie so great! Oh right, bleeding. Baby Driver doesn't take advantage of its R rating until just the right time. The escalation of the violence matches the escalation of the action and the story, and eventually the violence starts to become a stakes-raising part of the experience. This movie doesn't just feel like an Edgar Wright movie, with apologies to Mr. Wright. This movie feels like it wants to convince you that it is an Edgar Wright movie before becoming a movie that represents the rampant abilities of cinema, high art and low. A transcendent experience that blasts onto the screen with such confidence that you can barely hold onto your seat. Baby Driver wrenches you, shoots you forward, throws you around, and stops you dead. With its thrilling car chases, excellent characters, and gruesome violence. The film idling on the first act for the first 90 minutes and then just going nuts has the effect of a life-changing shot of adrenaline. Each new wonderful twist and each new wonderful character invigorates the movie into one of cosmic greatness. There hasn't been a movie I've left feeling this good and this broken analytically in a while. You want me to describe why Baby Driver is good? The first act thing helps. You want me to describe why it's really great? I couldn't tell you. Edgar Wright has concocted a cocktail like nothing you've seen in theaters before. A new classic by every sense of the word, and if you don't go see Baby Driver, you are missing out on a movie that will be talked about like Star Wars or Titanic. You bet your ass it is that good. I give Baby Driver a 10 out of 10.